Well, it does and it doesn't. Right now, it's power cycling itself. It's got it plugged into the wall, and it's turning on, staying on the main screen for a few seconds. I was actually able to go into the menu before I turned the camera on again, and was even able to look at all my pictures because they're stored on the card, so the card is in good condition. So now it's just doing this, where back to the wallpaper, screen will kind of flicker for a second, or it'll do this sort of shutter thing, shows me get a signal, and then it does that. So I'm almost thinking, and it goes black, but then if I touch anything, touch any one of the keys besides the power button, I get a little buzz from the vibrate, and it turns back on. Yeah. So I've been doing this about 3 or 4 times just so far. I'd heard when your phone gets wet like that, you can just put it in a Ziploc bag with some uncooked rice, and that'll help draw the moisture out. I was going to get rice, but then by the time I did, this lens was no longer clouded over. Before, it was completely fogged over with moisture, and the phone just, I think there was similar kind of fog up inside the screen. This little secondary camera up here was the same way, but after 4 days of just air drying, it looked fine, so I thought I'd give it a try. But I think what I'm going to do now is just leave this plugged in. I'm actually going to turn it off, kind of give it sort of a force quit. And stuck on the Nokia screen. And it's starting up. Okay, it's more or less ignoring me. Switch off. I managed to get into the power menu. And that's turning itself off and turning itself back on again. So I think I may have to do the dry bag. So I doubt this is any permanent damage unless there's still some liquid retained in it somewhere that's shorting out the power button, or it's an issue with the battery. I don't know. But just means I'll be using the SDA a little bit longer.